Alright everybody, back on Franklin base. A couple weeks ago I hit it with some Stano Res black primer for light blocking. Today I'm going to go ahead and hit it with their gray primer. And then I'll take it from there and I'll get ready to paint the base. Get it ready for the Franklin. Got the paint in the airbrush, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So far everything's looking good. I'll have to get the instructions out, see what colors are for the base. A lot of the lettering on here I'll have to paint by hand, but I'll see what the overall color is first. The insignia, I'm probably going to have it, I got to cover it up because that's where the light source is going to come out. That's the only thing that's going to be lit on the Franklin base, which is going to be really cool. I thought about cutting that out. I may still do that yet and put diffused sheet of styrene. I'll have to show that on my next step. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to wait till this is primered and then I can take it from there and see what the light's going to look like when I get that all hooked up. But I'll apply a little bit more here and then I'll pause the camera, see if I'll have to do any touch-ups on this, but the base ain't very big. It should do the trick. This primer, like I said, it's already been light blocked. So I'll go ahead and pause for now and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the Franklin base that I'm working on. I already light blocked it and I hit it with some Badger Stano Res gray primer, as you can see right here. And I have the insignia, of course, masked off because that's going to light up once the base is finished. Yesterday I masked off all these areas here. Here on the instructions it shows you the colors for the base, which is yellow gold, blue, light blue, black, silver, and the letters are white. I don't have yellow gold. I'm not sure if Tamiya makes a gold. I'm sure they do, but I thought I had some in stock. I don't. I have a lot of copper, but I don't have gold. And is it more yellow with a gold tint? Probably. But the closest color I have in stock is Wicked Colors. And it is golden yellow. I know this is a water-based paint, and I'm not sure if it's acrylic. Might be, but it's almost spot on to the color here, the outer ring. So it's going to be the outer ring and the inner ring, and of course the insignia. And here where my finger is, and the main ring where the letters are, that's all going to be gold, and that's going to be as you can see here, blue. I know the lighting down here, keep saying that. It's a little bit better, glare, but you can see that it's going to look pretty cool. But that don't look like no light blue to me, because I do have a light blue Tamiya XF23, and that's way too light, so I'm not going to go with that. I do have a sky blue, which is X14. That looks like it's somewhat close to that color. I may go ahead and use that. And then I also have blue, which is X4, and that's close to that color as well. And then I have Model Masters French blue, number 4659. It's a French blue, even though it's not mixed up. I don't know, that might be too light as well, but I'll probably go with one of these two choices, the light blue or the sky blue and the blue for the around the insignia. And then I also have silver, which is acrylic, number 4678. It's Model Masters, it's acrylic, and I have plenty of that. But that's what I'm going to focus on to get this painted. Probably mask off some more areas. I'm going to go ahead, maybe try this Wicked Colors golden yellow. That should work. It's as close as I can get to what the instructions show for the colors for the base. But I may do this on camera or off camera. I'll figure that out when I get to it. This took me a little time yesterday to mask all these areas off. I'll have to mask off some more areas just to get that yellow on there. But it'll look good with the outer ring, inner ring, and then around the outside of the base. And then over here is the wooden base. I got that all done. I got the female plug down here installed in the base. It didn't turn out too bad. And then I cut the two holes out here because I'll have it screwed down in here. You can see I got a already pre-tapped that one, and the one over here to line up, and it's going to go on something like this and screw down, so that's going to work. And then I'll have to make sure that this color matches, so I'm going to have to do this in the yellow gold, and I think that's going to look pretty cool. So I'll be working on this today. I figured I'd give everybody a update on this. I'll either film this or I'll do it off camera, but I got about everything I need to paint it. And start with that Wicked Colors first, but I still have to mask off a lot on the base to get that part done. So I'll go ahead and pause for now on working on the Franklin base, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright guys, another update on the Franklin base. Yesterday I took a brush and I did this ring here. You can see here with the gold yellow, wicked colors, and turned out really good. I like it. I'm going to go with that. I applied maybe like 3 coats, and that went over that primer really nice. Looks really good. Again, this is what I'm going to use. It's the Wicked Colors, and it's golden yellow. I did use the 4011 reducer, so I've got it mixed up in here in this extra bottle. I like when you get the right thinners or reducers for your paints, you get double the paint. I still have a good amount left in here. I wouldn't say a half a bottle, maybe less. And one thing good about these little bottles, when you're done using them, you can clean them out and use them for other paints. But I'm going to go ahead and set up the spray booth today, and what I'm going to do is put this in the spray booth, and I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm just going to get that the outer ring and the top of the insignia with the golden yellow. And doing it this way, I don't care if I get overspray on the inside, because that's light blocked. I can touch that up, but I'll go ahead and set the spray booth and hit that. I'll probably film that to show everybody how that turns out. I'll be using my Iwata for that. So let me go ahead, pause, get it all set up, and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, another update on the Franklin base. Been working on it on and off for a couple weeks, and I'm getting close to buttoning it up and finishing it with painting it. I was going to mask everything off and then airbrush it, and it's just there's too much going on this base to do that, so I'm just painting it all by hand. I did the outer ring of it, I did airbrush it, and it turned out really nice, as you can see here. And I'm using Wicked Colors, golden yellow. It's asking for yellow gold. This is good enough. It looks good. It's pretty close to what it shows on the instructions right here. You can see it's pretty close. And this section here still needs to be painted silver, like this section here. This inner ring right here, I'm going to have to put another coat or two of the white, and then the one in the middle is blue, and I'm going to use Tamiya X4. I'm going to use that for the blue, and then around the insignia is black, and I'll probably use their XF1 flat black for that. I'm using Model Masters acrylic number 4678 silver for the silver on the base, and then I'm using the Stynylrez Badger Stynylrez white primer for the lettering, and it's looking just good. I'm not going to waste the flat white that I have, XF2 from Tamiya. This white's going to be just fine, as you can see on the lettering. It's looking pretty good. Now the registry number, I'm going to have to hit it maybe another coat or two with the white primer, but it's looking good. Over here, the Starship class, I'm going to have to hit that a couple more times with the primer, the white primer, but it's looking pretty good. And then I have to get the Franklin down here below. I haven't touched that yet. The stars, I'm taking it to, the stars and planets. They will get the golden yellow, and once that's all done, I'll hit it with a flat clear, and she'd be ready to be mounted onto the base. Now the base, I've got it right here. It's the base, and I'll have to hit have to hit this part right here with golden yellow. So I'm going to have to primer that up and paint that so it's going to match the base once it's setting on top, like so. I think that's about how I'm going to have it. So it's going to match that color, and I think it's going to look really cool. And like I said, the only thing that's going to light up is the insignia, and that's going to look really cool. The rest of the ship will light up as well. Here's the main power switch. I decided to put it there. And then there's a female plug I got right there for the main power. So I figured I'd share this with everybody. I'll continue working on this, and I'll pause for now and talk to everybody later. Alright everybody, I'm just going to go ahead and film a little bit of me painting this base. Franklin base. I'm going to go ahead and add another coat to the Starship class right here, and then I'll start working on the USS Franklin below. I'm just using the Stynylrez white primer for that. I figured I'd at least show everybody this part of it. I won't film too much of it. Then I'll finish it up off camera. Figured I'll do a few minutes of it, show everybody. I mean, there's nothing to it. It's not really tedious. And hopefully this will be on film here. I just go over it real lightly, like. Probably take a couple coats. I'm not going to talk much. I'm going to stay focused on this. I'll start with the lettering below, the Franklin. Hopefully I'll get this all on camera. Like I said, it's going to probably take a few coats. Too bad. It's just time consuming doing all this. That's the fun part of it. Take your time. Looking good so far. And these big letters are going to take a couple coats once this dries. Hopefully I'll have this finished this weekend. I'll be back on the Franklin soon. I'm still working on the 124 scale moon buggy. Got a ways to go with that yet, but I figured at least, since I'm getting back on the Franklin, I can at least get this out of the way. Once the base is done, then I can focus on the Franklin. Almost done. 3 more letters to do, and then I'll go ahead and pause the camera. I don't want to bore everybody too much on this. It's looking good. One more to go here. There you have it. Don't look too bad. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead, pause, continue working on this. I'll have to do the lettering up here a couple more times with the white, the Franklin again a couple more times. Then I'll take the tape off here and I'll hit it with the blue. Right here, the Tamiya blue, and this part here gets silver, which I'm going to use the Model Masters on that. But overall, she's looking pretty good, I think. And like I said, a little tedious, but it's fun. I enjoy doing it. Figured I'd share this part with everybody. So I'll go ahead and pause for now, continue on this, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright guys, another update on the Franklin bass. Been working on it this weekend, and hand painted everything on the base, and it's looking pretty good. It's taking shape. The insignia, the black there, was a little bit tedious to paint, but it turned out to look really nice. I did the lettering in white. I did go ahead, I was using the Res white primer, but I finally did go ahead and use the Tamiya X2 on the letters, and it looks good. And then I just finished up with the Tamiya blue, which is X4. I did the area here in blue, and then the ring, one of the rings there, you can see it's blue in the middle of the white and the gold yellow, or yeah, gold yellow. So it's looking good. It's taking shape. The stars, and I guess those are planets. We'll also get the yellow gold. I'll probably work on that tomorrow. Do have the insignia still covered up, masked off. So once this is finished, I'm going to hit it with a flat clear. Then before I hit it with the flat clear, I'll make sure if there's any touch-ups to do, I'll take care of that. But it's looking good. It's taking shape. Once I get that done, I'll hook it up to some power. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the insignia yet. I might use the clear yellow. Just to give it color. When it lights up, at least it will glow and look yellow instead of just white. I'll experiment and see when I get to that point with the base. But I figured I'd give everybody a quick update. It's looking really good. I'm getting to like how it's turning out, and I'll continue working on this off camera. So I'll go ahead and pause for now, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the Franklin bass. I've started working on this on my weekend off, and I'm almost finished with the bass, other than applying some color to the insignia, which will either be the Tamiya clear green X25 or the yellow, which is X24, and I may go with the yellow. Gotta hit it. I gotta do a little bit more touch up on it, and then I'll hit it with a flat clear, a couple coats of that, and then I'll be able to mask everything off, and then airbrush the insignia. The colors I used on the base, around the outside of the base, I used Wicked Colors, and it's their golden yellow. And the lettering, I used about 4 coats of the Steinores white primer, and it was looking good, but it just had coat after coat after coat. So I went over the letters with the Tamiya X2, they're white. The silver I did with Model Masters acrylic number 4678. Turned out good. And then around the insignia, it was a little tedious to do that. I did it with the Tamiya Black X1. The blue I did with the Tamiya X4. It's been 4 months since I posted on my YouTube channel with the bass, but I'll go ahead and turn some power on. I got it set at 9 volts. I'll turn the overhead light off. Everybody take a look at it. Looks pretty cool. I'll probably run it off of 9, but I'm going to bump it up to 12. Looks better in 12, but once the insignia is painted, it should look good regardless if I got it at 9 or 12. That's 12 right there, and looks really cool. I'm still working on the 1/24th scale of Moon Buggy from Space 1999. I focused more this weekend on the bass here to get it done and out of the way, and paid off. It looks good. Still have to do the stars and planets, or whatever these little things, circle things are. I would say I thought they were planets. I don't know, don't get me lying, but on the instructions it's all the yellow gold. I didn't have yellow gold, so I went with what I had, and I've got the gold yellow from Wicked Colors. It turned out just as good. So let me go ahead and bump this back down to 9 volts. So I'm going to go ahead and call this a wrap for part 2 on the bass for the 1/350 scale USS Franklin. I'd like to thank all my YouTube subscribers. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Be safe out there. I'll wrap this up for now on part 2 with the bass, and I'll talk with everybody later.